Welcome back to the Homemade Podcast of Sports with your host, Jay Pops. Guys, we're back. We're back. Hey, we have an Aggie football game coming up, okay? So what does that mean? The Aggies will roll in there to Kyle Field, and they play New Mexico State Aggies. Yes, guys, I said it. New Mexico State Aggies. What does that mean? Number one, A&M is coming off a bye week. We're going to see if A&M can come in there, shake off the rust, from a bye week especially. But have you guys worked on anything? Number one is tackling. Have you guys worked on tackling already? Number two is sacking the quarterback. If you get to him, sack his ass. Okay? It's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. It's no way to go around that. Okay? So, A&M. Once again, what all have you worked on in the bye week? We're going to see. As of right now, A&M is a 39.5-point favorite. The largest I think I've seen, period. Not largest I've seen ever, but the largest for this year for Texas A&M that I've seen, period. All right. I do believe that A&M can win by 39. That's no lie there. However, A&M has to come in there, and they have to look like Texas A&M, okay? And us that's been watching Aggie football as well as people all around the country, we all know what A&M loves to do. They want to run the football. It's no doubt in my mind that they come there and run the football, okay? Like I say, this just a little pregame. We're not going to stay on here for long. Number one, I've come on here like 7:45 p.m. when I clearly know everybody is either watching a basketball game or watching the Monday Night Football game. All right, so please excuse me. Shout out to all of the veterans out there. Okay, I'm so sorry. That's my apologies. Shout out to every veteran out there, man. In which this is your day. Okay. I did not know it was Veterans Day until last week when I actually looked at the calendar. So, guys, please forgive me on that one. But shout out to all the veterans. We appreciate you guys for what you do. Trust me, what goes done does not go unnoticed. Okay? What is done does not go unnoticed. All right? So, please remember that. Okay? So, what are we looking at here, man? Number one, can Marcel Reed pass the football? Can Marcel Reed throw for 250 in this game? I believe he can. But I don't think Marcel Reed is the guy that we're going to be looking at in this game. What can Amari Daniels do, being that he's the guy now? He's the guy. Then again, is it Amari Daniels or is it DJ Smith? One of these guys have to step up and be the guy. Okay? But can you do it? And shout out to the SEC for making this schedule, right? We have not only one night game coming up this weekend, but we have another night game in Auburn. In Auburn, Alabama, we have a night game. For the ones that did not know, we play a night two damn weekends in a row. Okay? But then also after that, I'm going to make this assumption. We're going to play Texas that night as well. I don't think they're going to let Texas cakewalk out of this schedule without giving them their smack dead second hardest opponent, but at night at Kyle Field. I can't wait for that game just as well as you guys can. But before we get there, let's see if we fix some issues. Number one, like I say, the tackle. Can we tackle already? All right? I know they can. I do not expect to see that many missed tackles in this damn game. If it's that many missed tackles, we seriously have a huge problem. Also, I do not expect for New Mexico State to keep up with Texas A&M. If New Mexico State is keeping up with Texas A&M throughout all four quarters, that is an issue. That's a real freaking issue. All right? That's a legitimate concern. It's somewhere. Either this offense just ain't getting it, or this defense is doing something. But then again, if they're keeping up with us, that's heavily on the offense. This offense just ain't getting it. All right? Can the receivers, I know, look, guys, we're deep into the season, and pretty much we are who we are. Okay? We are who we think we are. And I told you guys this before the season started, and I'm going to reiterate it once again. We are a running football team, okay? We're not a pass-happy team. It is a passing league, don't get me wrong, but we are not a pass-happy team. And it is what it is, man. I'm not concerned about that. As long as we can run the football, I don't see no issues, okay? I just do not. Marcel Reed is back there, run some zone reads, okay? Amari Daniels is back there. I'm not going to say try to run it up the middle. I don't like running it up the middle with Amari Daniels. Why? Because he isn't the run you over running back. Okay, let him bounce outside to the edges, get on loose, get on out there, get loose, then break free. E.J. Smith. I feel like E.J. Smith is a downhill runner for you. E.J. Smith is still finesse, don't get me wrong, but I feel like E.J. Smith is your downhill runner, okay? Use both of those guys, man, because truth be told, they're going to have to get used, okay? Like I say, the zone reads, you should have no damn problem with no zone read in this game. If you have problems with a zone read in this game, that causes concerns for that offensive line. Okay, I'm just going to flat out say that. I hope we don't have no issues with the offensive line. Yes, I know Chase Pasantis is out, guys. He's been out. Okay, damn. We got Cam Dewberry in there. I think Cam Dewberry should do good. Okay, Amar J. Reed Adams, he's still in there. I don't see no issues with that. Mark Nabel, he's been down. But a couple of those guys that's in there, man, TJ Shanahan, I feel like he'll have a better game in this game. What would he do against Auburn? You know, once we playing up against that SEC competition, Auburn ain't good, by all means. Damn. Auburn is not good at all. Okay? They're still the SEC. You have to legitimately go out there and you have to go and beat those guys. 2 years ago, we didn't win at all. I don't want it to be a second time in a row. We don't win at all. And then they have another night game. So it's kind of like, hey, we're challenging your ass just like we done you against South Carolina. Okay? South Carolina whooped our ass. But that's in the past. Let that be. Do not think about that game anymore. If you're thinking about that game, let that be a motivation. You don't need to come out here thinking about South Carolina because truth be told, South Carolina didn't think about you. They're not, okay? I'm going to tell you the God honest truth on that. South Carolina is not thinking about you, okay? So you don't need to think about them. Focus on New Mexico State. We need to come out. And when I say we, I'm talking about Texas A&M here, guys, football team. That football team needs to come out with something planted in their mind called, if you ain't got on my jersey, then fuck you. Okay? Excuse my language for people out there. I pray to God the kids aren't watching this. But if you ain't got on my jersey, then F you. If that's going to be the mentality going forward, you need to have that. Don't be shy about it. Go out there and F them up. Okay? Go out there and F them up. Don't be shy about anything that doesn't have on a maroon jersey. Damn it, if they got on a maroon jersey and it's not saying Texas A&M, F them up. That's how I feel about it. F them up. All right? So we're just going to look at a couple of things here. And this is what I will tell you again. And this is my score prediction before I get into just a little bit here, right? So my score prediction for this game. Texas A&M, 45, New Mexico State, 3. If New Mexico State scores over 3, I won't have a legitimate concern, but I'll have somewhat of a concern because it's going to be a defensive breakdown somewhere as to why you let this team get over 3. Okay? This team right now, right? This team right now. And let me just pull this up here because I was just on it. New Mexico State is 2-7. It's no way that you should let New Mexico State score on you at any goddamn given time. I don't care what we're doing. Yeah, New Mexico State is 2-7. And the game comes on at 6:45, by the way. But New Mexico State is 2-7. There's no reason why New Mexico State should score on you. If they're scoring on you, that means your defense came out there not prepared. That means they've come out there and they missed a bunch of damn tackles again. And everything is just going through the roof, right? This game needs to be a dominant game. In my opinion, New Mexico State doesn't need to score any goddamn thing. You need to leave these guys at a dominant, what I said, 45-3. You need to leave this game at 45-0. Hell, if you can put up 60, put 60 on it. Don't stop, okay? If Connor Wigman has not came into the game by at least halftime or fourth or half a third quarter or something, I feel like we got a problem here. We got a problem here. I understand you want to get Marcel Reed some reps. Man, Marcel Reed been here reps. All right, he came in there for a couple of games already. It's no reason that Marcel Reed should stay in this entire goddamn game. If he's staying out there, then that means we're not trying to lose the lead or something, okay? So you look at New Mexico State here, right? And you just look at a couple of their games, right? And I'm going to start with game number 1. They beat Southeastern Missouri 23-16. If you guys don't know, Southeastern Missouri is in the FCS. They're over there where, what's his name that went out there to Arkansas? Bobby Petrino. That's where the hell he came from. He came over there from the same league that Southeast Missouri is in. All right, just to let you guys know. That's also the same team that beat Arkansas in baseball, by the way. Anyways, 23-16 against Southeastern Missouri. They lost to Liberty 30-24, competitive game there. Cool. Fresno State beat them 48-0. If Fresno State is beating them 48-0, it's no reason that Texas A&M shouldn't beat them 50-something-0. That's just my take on that, okay? Sam Houston beat them 31-11. New Mexico beat them 50-40, very competitive game. Jacksonville State beat them 54-13. New Mexico State won against Louisiana Tech 33-30 in 2 overtimes, by the way. FIU beat them 34-13. Western Kentucky beat them 41-28. This game should not be a game. This should not be a game at all. And if it is a game, like I say, then we're in deeper trouble than what guys may have not wanted to think of at all. But if this game is competitive in the third quarter, man, we got some problems, man. We got some goddamn problems, and I'm not ashamed to admit that at all. We have some real problems. All right, so let me check their standings here. They're in the Conference USA, and New Mexico State is dead last. I'm going to say this once again. They're dead last in the conference. Stats-wise, there's not a quarterback on the roster that is thrown for more than 700 yards. I'm sorry, it's not a quarterback on the roster that is thrown for more than 520 passing yards. The quarterback that's going to start, which is P. Awad, I think that's his name, 40 for 93, 518 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, sacked 9 times. If they don't have at least 10 goddamn sacks in this game, okay, I'm just throwing out a number here. If they don't have at least 7, that's an issue. Because in this last game, you got almost 10 sacks. And if you would have landed at least half of those damn sacks, that would have been a different ball game. But I'm not going to continue to talk about that, okay? The running back is probably the only guy that you need to worry about. And both of them at that. So S. McGowan, 120 carries, 636 yards, 3 touchdowns. M. Washington, 107 carries, 536 yards, 6 touchdowns. That's it. They're going to come in there. They're going to be determined to run the football. And I feel like with that defensive line that we'd have, they shouldn't be running football at all. We should come away from this game with a negative 20 rushing yards. Yes, I've seen it before. 100 passing yards. That's what you should leave this team with. I'm going to say that once again. That's what you should leave this team with. I don't have any doubt in my mind that you can do that, but I will have to see it, and that's just a testament of last game, man, because we absolutely did not see any goddamn thing. We didn't. We saw a lot of guys fly across the offensive line and miss every goddamn tackle on mankind. Okay? So in this game here, I don't think we need to see that. Hopefully we don't see that. I don't think we will. All right? So this is just something to look at here, okay? And I'm going to go to something else here real quick. And we're just going to look at some stuff here, right? So we're looking at the FBS, right? And we're going to bring up the rushing defense for New Mexico State. I just want to see where they're at with things, right? So rushing defense, New Mexico State. And Texas A&M is number 39, by the way, in a run defense. So New Mexico State. Give me a minute. Let me pull them up here. Where are they at? New Mexico State is number 122 in the run defense. If we don't walk out of this game with at least 250 rushing yards, that's an issue. That's an issue. That's a legitimate issue and a legitimate concern. It's no reason that you should not have over 250 rushing yards in this game. They're giving up 204 yards a game alone. So if we have any issues with pushing that defensive line out the way, then yeah, I'm sorry, man. We need to start raising some concerns. Yes, I know that Le'Veon Moss hasn't been the number one back. Yeah, so that is going to play a factor, but I'm sorry, man. I mean, you can't sit up there and sugarcoat that now. All right, so passing defense. Let's look and see where these guys rank. Where they at? Texas A&M ranks number 93 in passing defense, by the way. We're giving up about 234 yards a game, and which is insane to me that they're way at 90-something with 200-some yards a game. New Mexico State is number 104 in passing defense. We're giving up 245.4 yards a game. We need to run the ball and we need to pass the ball. That's exactly what you guys need to do. You don't need to do anything. You need to come out there and be about as balanced as you can be. Okay? If we cannot come out there and be balanced, man, like I said, and like I'm gonna keep on reiterating, then we have a huge problem. All right, we have a huge problem. I don't doubt that Texas A&M will come out and do that. Okay, I think they'll come out there. They will play good. They'll play up to their standards, and I believe that they'll put on the show. It's going to be at Kyle Field at night, and like I said, I have no doubt in my mind that we'll come out there and we'll be ready. Auburn is, just throw this out there. Auburn is ranked number 49 in pass defense. I don't see a reason to why, and I know I'm speeding up games here, right? But I don't see a reason as to why you can't go out there and dominate Auburn either when you get out there. All right, so like I say, just keep this in mind. I'm going to pull up another Auburn stat real quick. I want to see where they're at with the run defense. With Auburn's run defense, they're number 17 in the country. We're giving up about 109 yards a game. Auburn is going to give us a challenge, okay? I'm just going to say that right now. But before you get to Auburn, you need to take care of New Mexico State, and that shouldn't be a challenge at all. If that's a challenge, man, like I've told you guys before, then that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a concern. All right, so I just wanted to come on here, like I say, just a little pregame, you know, for you guys. On tomorrow, we'll start talking about some other things, just breaking down the game, you know, some analysis and stuff like that, man. So I love all of you guys. And if you haven't subscribed to the podcast already, then please do so, all right? Please leave a like, leave your comments and stuff like that, man. I love all of you. Once again, hashtag Giga Max.